What in the Dick Tracy is happening here? This is weird. It was weird.
I mean, Terminator meets Annabelle. We're gonna get her done and welcome back.
Hey, welcome back. Hey. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Hey. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. Hey. It's the movie.
Yes. Welcome back to Beyond the Velvet Veil.
Beyond.
It's your girl, Ash.
And Platinum.
And we are Two Shades of Blonde. Hey, girl.
Hey, how you doing?
Today is, I'm sleepy. I'm tired.
Well, yeah.
It's
makes
just
sense.
so y'all know, we got our ass up around, I don't know what time I got up, but it was early.
The movie was 9:30 a.m.
It was early.
And we were not the only ones in the movie theater.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
On a June 20th. What day is today?
8th.
Oh my God.
Uh-huh.
Why is it so late in the year?
I don't know. July is like
tomorrow.
In a couple days. Yeah.
Wasn't it like New Year's yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This has been the longest 7 months ever.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Feels like 4 years, doesn't it? Go ahead.
Already. So we went out and saw a movie.
We did.
Want to know what it is, guys?
We saw Megan 2.0.
Hold on to your vaginas.
Ooh. Yes, we did.
We sure did.
Oh, there's so much in this movie, yo.
They crammed a lot.
They did a lot.
And it could have been a lot shorter.
My God.
About 45 minutes shorter.
Yo, I fell asleep a good 4 times.
Okay, they had me for about 20 minutes.
Right.
And then it kind of got boring. They started talking and I said, oh, I don't know what y'all are saying words that I'm not really, I don't know.
Right. No, the slumber took me down.
And maybe because it was so early and because we were hungry and yeah.
That, all the above it all was a factor.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. But I definitely took a few cat naps during that movie.
You didn't miss anything.
I did not miss nothing. Woke up and was right back on track. Bruh. Yo, they definitely could have cut it.
Yeah, they could have cut it. Real.
But I had so much entertainment.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained at the shenanigans.
Yes.
That's what it's.
Yes, they kept me interested, except for those,
the minutes you fell asleep.
Exactly. And then once I was back in, I was in. Until the next time.
Until you weren't in it no more.
Well, this has been fun. I should go.
And then you got back in it. And then one more time you fell out and then got back in it. And they kept you captivated for the last 6 hours of the movie.
They had good sequences. Let's put it that way. Y'all had sequences that were very entertaining. But there's a lot that went over my head. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, whose side are we on here? It was a lot. It was a lot of twists and tangles.
Yeah, they tried to make it fit the now.
Yeah,
because of
relevant, socially relevant.
They tried to make it be a relevant thing and the dangers of AI, but it was
convoluted.
Oh, everything we've seen has been convoluted. Why y'all making these convoluted ass movies?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna lie and come up with a great story around why we keep seeing such convolution in the movies.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if I'm lying, but this is what I think is happening, right?
Okay.
I think the writers have their idea of what this movie should be, and then the producers have their idea, and then the director, and then the studio says, I ain't listening to none of y'all. These are the things I want in the movie.
Okay.
And so then it turns out to be the cluster
of what we got
first.
You serious?
Got it. That sounds right to me. It sounds like science to me, actually.
You know what I'm saying? I think math was mathing on that
That
one.
made just as much sense as the movie did. So,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, this won't even be a story. This would just be a recap.
Yeah.
We're just going to recap and consult. So, we open to a black ops mission. Somewhere in the Turkey region of the world, a super soldier is deployed and responsible for protecting or getting an asset.
Rescuing him from imprisonment, I guess.
Right. She was supposed to be trying to get him out. However, they thought they all had all this power and control over this woman, and she just went smooth ham off and killed everybody.
Had complete autonomy.
Why'd you do it, Jim? Why? To humiliate me?
Orange.
For what?
She carried everybody, including the asset. I think he allegedly has a hand in creating her or the technology.
Yeah, because she was on a mission to kill anybody who had anything to do with her creation.
Then we move forward to checking in on where Gemma and Cady are now in their life, okay? Cady over here learning all the martial arts and taking
I cracked myself up.
I am crazy. She's crazy. I'm so crazy.
I mean, don't come and play with these hands, okay? Now, one girl tried her and she took her down. Okay, bing, bang, bing, boom.
Smooth move.
With no emotion at all. None. She had no F to give.
Didn't have a lot of emotions in this one. Yeah.
She facts. Yeah. She over here being Dragonfly Jones and whatnot. And then they turn over to checking on Gemma. I'm not a fan of her.
Who asked you?
Gemma? Why are you not a fan, Gemma?
I have conflicting feelings about her. On one hand, she's just emotionally detached from this little girl.
Yes.
Very neglectful still.
Yes.
I thought you had learned some lessons from the last movie, but some things still don't change. But I do notice she has a higher level of anxiety in protecting her.
Yeah. I don't think she ever had a connection before.
She definitely didn't, but
accident.
I thought and by the end of it, she learned that I can't replace my love and relationship with her with putting her in front of a screen, which was what her book was about.
I'm about to say, but
feel free to hate on me. Sit back there and say my hair ain't luxurious when you know it is, bitch.
no, she also had to deal with the fact that all this stuff happened and she had to get in front of that and then she had to make her image better. So it was never about the little girl.
It was never about the little girl.
It was always about Megan.
It was always about Megan.
I mean, it's called, to
the point that they didn't even give Cady a personality.
You deserve more.
That girl was just...
She was just sad.
She was blah.
She was just sad. I mean...
She had no personality.
Well, they took her parents and then they took her friend.
You can be a sad personality.
I'm so sad. I am so sad. I am so sad. I am so sad.
You can have more interesting things about you.
Like on Inside Out?
Exactly. I mean, okay, girl, they did not do right by you, Cady, but that's okay. They didn't do it.
You deserve better.
Anywho, so Gemma over here promoting a brand new book. She, again, has decided to exploit the events that have taken place into a book. Like she is Gail Weathers.
Seemed like something Gail Weathers would do.
And she on book tours and whatnot. Somewhere along the line, her, Tess, and Cole.
Tell me about memory for names. Well, you can't remember shit.
Cole, I think it's C-O-L-E. Hey, girl. Cole, yes.
Cole. They created their own business.
Yes.
After, everything went down from the other one. And she kind of leaves them with the bag hanging. They are trying to, entice investors and whatnot. And she's not there for any of this. They're a little pissy with her too. Because, people are feeling the neglect.
Right.
Here.
We're doing all the work and you're just out here.
Reaping the benefits and the fame of it all.
Exactly.
And I'm mad at your success, but pretending it's something else.
Exactly. So, things have changed, but not really. Either way, Amelia, who is the rogue robot AI, is on the way.
Yes, I liked Amelia. She was the only person I liked in the movie, actually.
I did. She really played her tail off. Like, she had no emotion.
But was so good.
She was so good.
So good. Actually, I like Megan too. I'm lying. Okay.
Megan was hilarious.
No, she was.
They did wrong by her CGI.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she did. Yeah. I don't know why.
So, y'all, listen to this. Look, Gemma buys this dope behind house, okay? I mean, that house is really cute, but she buys it at such a affordable rate, it was suspicious to everybody but her.
Megan probably killed the freaking landlord.
Somebody had to go.
Listen, I don't know how they did it, but that's what they was trying to imply into this
implication.
At least that's what I took from it. You know what I'm saying? Either way, they got this dope behind house. They think somebody is trying to get into the house, and so Gemma goes, looks in the kitchen. Come to find out, it's the doggone FBI, it's the government.
Trying to break into her house. From their side, it looked like she had done all this intentionally. So they think they're dealing with a criminal mastermind. So in their mind, they have the right to do this because she broke all... They think she broke all... And then the house fought back.
Yes.
But very Home Alone style.
Oh my God, I wrote that in my notes.
Very slip on ice, slip on a banana peel.
You guys give up or you're thirsty for more?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Very
Oh,
slapstick.
here I am running in place. And then I fall. Like,
Right. You know, it took all majority of the ops out, the first batch.
a Roomba took out a knot.
Truly.
A Roomba. He stepped on a Roomba. Boom.
Yep.
Back.
Mhm.
Gone.
Yes. Home Alone AI style is what I wrote.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote.
That's what it was. That's
Took
what it was.
most of the black ops out, and then they come through the door.
Yeah.
The main detective coming, or whatever he is,
Couldn't tell you.
agent comes in the door and comes in talking about,
Your name came up on this case I'm investigating. Recognize this puss?
Never seen that chick before in my life or afterlife.
I know that you have a hand in this. This was your program. How did it get in the hands of all these armed dealers? And it sir,
And she,
I got same questions.
all she could say is, I don't know. And he was like, I believe you. Like, there was the level of convincing it took in this movie
Correct.
was very little.
But you still are going to have to help us find who else does it. Otherwise,
Right.
we're going to take you down
Right.
for it.
What
Sir.
in the Dick Tracy is happening here? It's so weird. It was weird.
I mean,
Yeah.
Terminator meets Annabelle.
Homer, what's wrong?
That doll tried to kill me.
You just can't go around killing people.
Trust me.
And no, Dad. Yes. What is it?
So, Gemma is rattled,
Yeah.
daddled. But what she also ends up coming to terms with is Megan is behind all of the things.
I know.
The house, everything. So she decides, I gotta protect everybody, so I'm not gonna tell anybody about what is happening because reasons.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth. Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
I'm not gonna tell anybody.
No,
Well, I take that back. She started with telling Tess. Tess is like,
Are you crazy?
why would we get involved in that? So now they have set up this plot between, you got the government coming after y'all. You have this rogue AI thing coming after y'all. You got Megan in the mix here.
Yeah.
How do you trust anybody?
Hubba, hubba, hubba. Money, money, money. Who do you trust?
How do you trust anybody?
You don't.
You go on your own
You
rogue
go
mission
on your own
because you
rogue
know
mission.
what you doing.
Exactly.
If you got an issue with that, come see me. I'm about that. Big trust. Woo woo.
I'm judging. I know. I'm gonna take it back. I feel bad. Okay, we're gonna be more objective.
What? That's impossible.
I do my best work when people don't believe in me.
It's gonna be great, guys. Okay, so they decide to go on their rogue mission to try to infiltrate the motherboard
Yes.
of this new AI thing. Very extreme, elaborate
Mission Impossible mission.
3 hour long Mission Impossible mission.
I thought you were going to talk about Professor X, but I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, Professor
I mean,
X.
he kind of is not. He's a villain, but not for this.
He's not that relevant. He didn't last long.
Yeah. Oh, he had a spine pulled out too.
Oh, dear Lord.
He did. Oh,
He did.
gee. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was some Predator time. This is the second movie. In the last 2 weeks, we done seen some foolishness like this.
Here's the weird shit. It was awesome.
What is happening
I
here?
don't know why this is the new kill.
Right. You taking out spines and stuff.
From the-
in one swoop.
And once who take it from the skull, it takes the skull and the spine all at one time.
My whole back hurt now.
My neck and my back. Oh.
Lumbar department, I told you.
Girl, yes, I do. Ooh, wee. Yeah, she had to go and steal something from Professor X, who is a rival of Gemma, who was trying to get her on board with his program.
Yes.
He created a program where he puts a chip in your brain in order to basically take control in the event that you have like a physical ailment that prevent like a paralyzed person, you're able to move again. And he basically used himself as a guinea pig.
Prototype, yeah.
And he was so excited to find a woman and well,
She took
that
him
was
out.
his last one.
She took him out.
The little AI, Amelia, took him out in one swoop of a spine.
What a terrible way to go.
Just right on out.
They finally end up in this laboratory where, quite frankly, it was just so much foolishness.
Now, it was planned out. It's just that the plan got very derailed in the beginning because Cole, what is it, chloroformed himself.
Yeah.
You're killing me, Smalls.
He accidentally put the wrong rag he reached for the wrong rag in whatever wrong pocket and wiped his face and then passed out.
Laid out. He was asleep on the mission. You had the Black Ops, they got killed.
Yeah.
And Megan got a new
body. Because she wanted one and she said that's the only way I'll come back if you make me taller and make me stronger or something like that. They keep going into the lab. They find Amelia.
Yep.
Factory resetter.
Yep.
To join in pair with Cady. That happens.
You are boring me to death, and I am already dead. You're boring me back to death. Okay.
And then Mega Amelia dies.
Okay, now yes.
That's what I called her.
Mega Amelia.
Mega Amelia.
Mega Amelia passes, she went on to the upper room.
The Bible say, yea, though she walked in the valley with the shadow of Little Red Riding Hood and the Three Bears, she feared no evil, because
she's probably another doll.
Yeah. No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, she's a bitch. She's not a doll. She's a girl.
That was, you know what? We missed the guy. Christian. First of all, you know, up at the tail, his name is Christian.
Yeah.
You just Christian.
Exactly.
Sir, he is
Gemma's.
Supposedly dating Gemma. They didn't look like they were together.
They didn't, and you could tell that he was shady. He looked shady. Tried to be so innocent, but I was like, you look shady.
Yeah, you look neutered. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there is more.
Hold on. How does one look neutered? Explain that to me.
Like his personality seemed watered down.
Okay.
You didn't seem authentic, sir.
True, exactly. You didn't.
Maybe neutered wasn't the best word, but
I'll leave that in.
He ended up being the bad guy.
Of course.
A lot of twists and turns. So basically his thought process was you basically have three different ideas about how AI should be handled. You have the Professor X way of like
all in.
100%
Accept
in this.
it.
We have
happen.
This is a blessing from the Lord, and we should take full advantage of it, make a lot of money off it, and save lives, quote unquote.
Right.
Without any guardrails whatsoever.
Yeah.
And so then you have Gemma's way, who I am a parent now, and I have learned that AI should not be used. I'm not fooling with it no more. So actually, her perspective was a little confusing for me.
But her house was fully
I was so conflicted. I was so conflicted by her. Clearly, I was confused. So then you have Christian's way of thought.
He was more so on the side of Gemma too, but was willing to go to extreme measures to prove his point.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think his title was AI ethicist.
AI what now?
Ethicist or ethicist, something.
Oh, yeah.
He just studied the ethics of AI and where it could.
But he went to very extreme lengths, which really doesn't make him much different than the other guy. Yeah. Professor X.
Yes.
I guess that was the point.
He was behind Amelia. He was the reason why Amelia was a thing. He created her to show the dangers of AI and what could happen if we don't set these laws in place.
But at the end of the movie, they came to the conclusion that we have to be able to accept that AI is going to be here. It is what it is. And we just have to be prepared for it.
Right.
When it potentially turns on us.
Right. Like set the laws in place now, but sometimes you can't set the laws unless the event happened.
Yeah.
In order to make parameters around it. So you gotta wait, unfortunately, for something bad to happen.
Wowza. I don't think this has ever happened before. Facts,
unless it's other laws, it's particular laws. But yeah, they have a good point. It
took a lot. So much. It took a lot to prove a lot of them. Why?
I think that was the part that I didn't quite like about this movie. Y'all did a lot to prove
Nothing.
We could have got here. We could have streamlined this a little bit better.
Like at the end of it, we already know.
Exactly. You told us this.
We already knew.
You pretty much got us to this conclusion long ago in the movie.
In the first one, actually.
Actually, you did. I did feel like it was a good continuation of the story.
Okay.
Like it was a plausible, not the actual events, but we probably need to have better laws around and regulation around it.
Right.
At all. If like, no matter which direction we end up or what perspective you end up having about this, there's always going to be a consequence no matter what. I don't know if that's the point, but I was confused and conflicted. So basically just pick a road and just be able to accept whatever consequence.
Yeah, whatever's coming.
Okay, good. We talked that out.
The end.
Just trying to wrap my mind around it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes there's a delay.
Yeah.
We get caught up.
We do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Megan was the star.
Yes. As she was in the first one. As she was in the first one.
But I saw this in the trailer, but her face.
It looks weird.
Yes.
It looks really weird.
Y'all didn't use any practical effects in this one?
I don't understand the people in charge.
So CGI.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I understand it's a robot. I get it. But this.
It don't really look
she
that
didn't
glossy.
look like that in the first one.
It looked like she had Vaseline on her face. Like it's just. Girl.
You going outside here. Megan still looked like the Teletubby in the face. Imagine looking Teletubby.
Yes, they went from. That was cute. That
was my favorite version of Megan.
Yes, I mean the little small version. Y'all saw it in the trailer.
Y'all saw it. She was cussing and everything.
Megan ain't come to play no games with none of y'all.
No, she don't care how she sounds.
Her mouth is
reckless.
Okay.
Yeah.
Super reckless.
Yeah.
I love it.
Here for it.
I'm here for it. Jenna, you killed it.
You did.
I loved it.
Yeah.
You made sure to give Megan some heat behind this one. She was spicy.
Yeah, she was real spicy.
Ooh, I loved it.
She deserved to get hit a couple times. She was real rude.
You know what I was hoping and waiting for, and because it was some very drastic differences from the trailer than what was in the movie.
Yeah.
And there was a line in the trailer where she was like, "You can have Gemma, but don't touch Cady."
Right.
And that was not in the movie.
Oh.
Unless I was
Unless
asleep.
you were asleep. Oh, it probably was, girl.
Oh God, maybe a little bit, kind of. It's possible. Now, again, hey, if I'm wrong, put it in the comments. We was asleep, but I didn't hear that.
I can't remember if she said it or not. Couldn't tell you.
Exactly. Oh boy. Okay. Whoever wrote for her,
great.
Kudos.
Dude, I enjoy her little comebacks. Like there was a touching moment between her and Gemma in this one.
Yeah.
And then out of nowhere, she starts singing Maxwell, This Woman's Worth.
Yo!
And we are jamming in the theater.
Yes!
I immediately went to Love and Basketball, but I was still jamming.
Exactly. Now, I do know that that's another person's song that he sang. Who sang that song?
The original?
I
don't know.
I don't know, but it's Maxwell's to me at this point.
Yeah, I've heard the original, but I don't know. Yeah. Out of all of the songs, this is what you...
That's where she went.
In the first one, same situation was her and Cady.
Correct.
And she started singing Titanium.
That's true. That's true.
This is not the right song.
That's right.
Not I Am Touched. And I was jamming too.
But it made sense because she is made out of titanium.
No.
She was made out of titanium.
I want to throw this microphone at you.
No.
And it's just the things that she says sometimes are so crude and rude.
Absolutely.
But so honest, but it's hilarious that you said it.
It is. You are so, listen, she was funny.
Yes, she
Hold
was.
on to your vagina. Okay.
When she got in the body, she was like, in the Teletubby, she was like, what the F is this?
Yes.
I mean, she actually said the word.
She said the word.
But I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Just right in my face.
Okay. Here we go. We are in here.
Yeah.
Tess, bland, another bland person just there.
Just, why are you trying to convince me to not do it if you're going, you're going to end up doing it?
You know I'm going to end up convincing you, Tess, to do this.
Just do it.
But you're going to moan and, I was about to say moan and complain. That's not fair. I don't want to dismiss her concerns because she was on the point.
Yes.
Like, don't stop getting sucked in by Gemma.
But no one listened to reason.
Exactly.
Not one of them.
So Tess and Cole were honest eventually about how they felt with, what's that girl name? Gemma. About her having all the power to make all the decisions and they just kind of follow along.
Yeah.
However, y'all did just end up following along.
Yeah, because that's their role. No.
I mean,
stay in your lane.
I was hoping that by the end of the movie, they would have come to some understanding with one another.
Yeah.
Since you're bringing it up, I was hoping for an arc from Gemma, a developmental arc that she would learn some lessons. She learned nothing from this movie.
Oh. Not one
Even
thing.
less than from the first one.
Yeah. So I feel like this therapist is going to stay around.
Oh, man. They need to holler at me.
Yeah.
They do. Because the traumas that the two of y'all together have had.
It's that created mostly by Gemma.
You know what? And that's why she had to keep hiding all this stuff. You know,
this is your
all a
fault.
result
This
from
is
the
your
work you've
fault.
done.
You literally used your niece for this.
Yeah, this is really an extension of the work you did in the last movie. Again, never really acknowledged it. It would be nice if she would have been like, you know what? All of you guys are right. Okay. Let me just have my shame for about 5 seconds here and acknowledge that it is an extension of what I've done. I regret this and I'm so sorry for what I would have loved that kind of character arc. Nope.
No accountability in this movie.
The only arc she had was to acknowledge that Cady could take care of herself. Which
Cady ain't smiled since. I don't think she smiled one time in either movie. Actually, now that I think about it.
No, she smiled when she was friends with Megan in the first
true.
one.
Yeah,
but
that
this
was about
one,
it.
not so much.
No.
That girl, she
Bad.
was in depression.
Traumatized.
Truly. I will say, I thought it was interesting with how hard it was for her to distinguish between a human, like the idea of love from an emotional standpoint, and Megan not being legitimately able to love her.
Because she's like, what, 12 or something?
Yes.
I feel like you're grown enough to know the difference.
I think they were trying to make a point, though, because of how much we access AI
Technology.
now and how remote and isolated we are now. I think people are starting to have a hard time recognizing like how to interact with real people, number one.
Yeah.
But they also are heavily relying on technology, and technology is getting smarter, and so it can tell you the things you need to hear and want to hear.
Right.
But it doesn't have the, like, it's not human. It can't feel emotion.
Correct.
And so I think for her, the question for her was, how do I know when somebody honestly loves me when I have this inanimate object, basically, who's telling me all the great things and it makes me feel the things, but you don't love me because of me, you love me because somebody programmed you to.
But she didn't know that.
I thought she eventually did.
She did when she realized that Megan was trying to kill Gemma. But at first, she thought Megan was her true fan.
You're right.
Yeah, that was
You're
like
right.
her ride or die.
You're
They
right.
took her
I forgot
away and
about
she had a
that.
very violent reaction.
She did. Yep. In the first one, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, it does make sense why she said you lost your friend. You lost your parents.
She was more than a friend, but yeah.
That was my confidant.
Yeah.
My parent. Right. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, go ahead.
Shout out to the Golden Girls.
And my boy, got his name.
I mean, that is a real concern. When we were talking about last week, when we saw 28 years later, we were talking about how they stopped looking at the rage virus walkers as humans. They stopped looking at them as humans. And so I do notice there is quite a strong theme in the movies we're seeing lately that address that, how much we've become so desensitized to one another, how technology is influencing the struggle to see one another from a humanistic standpoint.
Correct.
I think a lot of these movies are allegories for that.
They are. I know I'm desensitized to like crime and stuff. I watch crime shows. I was just watching something last night. I'm sitting there eating Skittles, chilling on the phone, playing games, watching crime shows.
Right.
It's like watching a cartoon, and it's so crazy that it's a genre that I love. Don't get me wrong, I love crime stuff, and it's crazy to say that.
Right.
That it's something so tragic. And you see these interviews, they're pretty much all the same. They say what's happening, they say what happened, how it got there, and then sometimes at some point in the show it changes. They get the call and it's like, oh.
Right.
Then you see their real feelings come out. It's like, oh, wow. This really happened to these people.
Right.
And it could happen to anybody.
We have turned real life situations into entertainment.
To money. I subscribe to so many channels, YouTube, podcasts, television shows. Like I
think we have found the root of all evil.
Yeah.
It all boils back down to the commoditization of it all. I mean, even like I was talking to my mom the other day about how guilty I feel with just turning on. I ain't gonna hold you. I turn on the news and it feels like I'm watching a reality show.
Yeah,
and so
yeah, it does.
To avoid overwhelm and watching it like it's entertainment, and that scares me
because it's someone got shot again today. That's crazy.
Right. Well,
what's the weather tomorrow?
More like the geopolitical state. Like,
that part too.
Yeah, like not necessarily like local news unless it's geopolitical related, but it feels like you're watching a reality show. Yeah. And on one hand, it is extremely scary to watch.
Right.
On the other hand, it's like what happened on this new episode today. Yeah. It's a little concerning.
No, it's like
all of it. All layers of it.
Like Truman Show, America.
Oh my God, yes. So we're living in the Truman Show.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh my goodness. I think world, we could expand this from.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's all just crazy.
It is.
That's really all I can say.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I will say, in this movie, Professor X's program or whatever he had, his programs are embedded in all of the world's security.
Yes.
And it made me think, this is probably a good reason why we shouldn't have a monopoly that takes care of the entire world security systems, because the moment, all it takes is somebody to hack that one and could take down the entire grid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's nothing new.
I know.
They've been doing this since, one of them Bruce Willis movies, Die Hard, one of them Die Hards do the same thing. Yeah.
18.
Didn't they do the same thing? They shut everything down?
They did.
The same thing happened right today.
That is very scary.
Yeah. And it's so much easier to do it, but and it would affect
everything.
We must overreact immediately.
Everything.
The way you get your money is also electronic, usually, for most of us.
Yes.
For most of us.
You're right. Honestly, it's half the time I don't need to leave out with my wallet no more, because I don't have to, except for my ID. But my main card, Apple Pay.
Yeah, right on your phone. I liked how Amelia had her own agenda.
Right.
To get with her own people. I said, you think you have more people? Okay.
Oh my God, you're right.
I said, how do you know you have more people?
Why? First of all, they were assuming that she was sentient.
Were they?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
before
different.
they found out that Christian was behind it, they were assuming that she just turned on her own.
That's right.
Because she was looking for her own people. But what I was like thinking was like, are y'all insinuating that they are now trying to attempt to be human?
Yeah, that's what I got. I said, what?
Like they have a need to belong?
Yeah.
That requires emotion.
Exactly.
Where are we going? Like that was very
weird.
I can't wrap my mind around that. And again, I don't know nothing about technology. I don't think I could ever wrap my mind around the fact of how dangerous AI could be until we're literally living in it.
Which we are.
And everything that we look up, everything is stored in some data that somebody is just
able to get.
And basically only send you things that you believe. It keeps you in this little bubble of isolation. But you're right, like it was weird. Where were you looking for your people, girl?
Because she straight told Megan, they not like us. I heard that in there somewhere.
She did.
And
I heard Kendrick's song come on too in the background.
Did it come? I was waiting for it. I was like, come on, Kendrick. Sign with Megan.
They couldn't afford it.
True. But I said, who was us?
Right.
How are they not like you? I was so confused by that. I was like, because if she absolutely goes and finds this.
Yes. Now that's going to be Megan 3.
I don't know if I need to go to the movie for that one.
Good. We're going to stream that. Let's go stream it. Because although entertaining,
not worth the money no more.
I'm good. Y'all are good at stopping right here.
Yeah. Let's stop right here.
Oh, gosh. Yep. Terminator 2 and Annabelle.
Terminator 2 and Annabelle. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Look, see? That's it, girl.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
You know how to do the thing. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share with your friends, your cousins.
That notification bell.
Do all of the things. And then we're going to see you next time.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.